Yeah, baby.
All right, that's how you start a podcast. Welcome, my friend. I always sneak in the record there.
That's good. That's good. I like that.
I'm with my longtime buddy. It's like what,
Indeed.
17 years, man. It's '03, man, for sure.
We're old.
15 years.
Is it '03?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't tell you the year
Yeah,
at all. So
for
that's
sure.
what, if it's '03, it's '03. I couldn't tell you.
Omar Rowe, Slang
How do you
Hughes.
remember it's '03? I'm that
Because
interested.
I know, because no, it's sooner than that. '02, because I was up in Richmond Hill in that house, the basement. I had that makeshift apartment. And this is how it went down.
See, I smoke entirely.
Me and Mamoon were conspiring.
Yeah.
Mamoon's our friend who acquainted us.
Yeah. He used to manage me and used to do videos.
And
for me and all
friends
that.
of mine from North Bay in school.
Yeah.
But Mamoon and I conspired to have you and Big Poe, Ben,
Yeah.
together on a song.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
without you guys even meeting each other, we managed to record both of you guys.
I kind of remember.
And you guys were like met on a song, did a song first without actually meeting in person first.
And this is back in the days when you usually
02.
met people before you did a song.
Exactly.
We were ahead of our
We're
time.
out of time and didn't realize that. Holy shit. That is the theme of this, kids. We are ahead of our time, and now we've caught up to ourselves, so we don't need to move too slow now, or move too fast. That's what I meant.
Indeed, it's true. We're comfortable.
We were at lightning speed, and now we've hit traffic.
I don't even think they heard you say who I am. So
Yeah,
'cause
I
we were
think I
just
did.
talking.
Slangston Hughes, Omar Rowe,
Yours
the
truly.
greatest.
Thank you for having me.
That you know. No
Pleasure.
problem. Thank you. Focus Podcast number 10.
10.
Welcome to the
Nice
double
round
digits, my
number.
friess. Yes. The 02, the
Nice
ones and
round
zeros, the ones and zeros.
I should ask you if you wanted to do
So congratulate. Oh, sure.
that.
Yeah,
Oh, no cup. I might have cups, but
we can take a break and
we'll wait.
part 2.
Yeah, exactly.
So congratulations on your 4th album.
Thank you.
This is
can't
my
afford.
4th album.
Yeah,
Remember the
yeah.
bad rapper?
I'm like,
Ain't shit recognized. Nobody recognized it. She's my 4th album.
It's real. That's a real quote.
That's real.
My other quote that comes to mind is Jay-Z and Nas on it's one hot album every 10-year average. That's what I'm on.
That's my average because I'm 2 in 20 years. So that's I got the Dr. Dre average. I was like, when's that coming out? I don't know. How old is your kid?
Yeah, exactly.
8?
Exactly.
When he goes to college.
A couple more years waiting.
Yes.
But to be honest with you, that's the pleasure of where I'm at musically. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm not. We were just talking about it before we started recording. I'm not all at the energy for the performance side, I guess, or for the action side. And it's not the action. I think it's the action in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I'm not really gung ho to do anymore. I'm cool with the behind the scenes. I guess my mind is more business than it was art.
Yeah.
Than it is art.
Yeah.
Or it's 50-50. Now, yeah, definitely now. But then it was all art.
It was all art. We just did it for nothing.
Yeah, I didn't.
We had no business sense.
All I wanted to do was show people and I still want that.
Yeah.
Like, I still want to. That's actually my sole musical goal at this point, is to show people what I do. But it's not so much to be popular or famous or letting people I'm not gonna run around and
like what all your rounded skills are. Like you have so many skills.
It's something I do
all these years, and here I can show them off now.
Here it is. It is.
I was just gonna explain that, and because I just finished writing an article actually, and like I said, 20 years of hip hop is too vague. Yeah, it's too big. So I decided what it was like to make music in '98 to now. Right. 2018. Yeah. So what I realized that it was really difficult in 98 in early 2000s, the steps we had to take just to get a song done. Yeah. Now there's all the technology we want, and I find myself going backwards, kind of like doing it more from scratch.
Old school method?
The old school, like with real musicians, you know, like my first album was like I broke it down to a drummer and a bass player and all that, and just hours and hours of editing with Dave, and just like so. But I think in the end, I wrote it was like no matter how good the technology is now, it's like the creativity is still a process. You know what I mean? Here, turn it sideways. Like
I should have set it up before we even got on.
Oh, you can get it going. I'll wait.
We're talking about the technology, and I'm trying to set up my Instagram live. Here with Alex Focus. We're doing a podcast. Yeah, we're recording for 2 different forms of media.
We're in 2 dimensions at once. Stop us now. We're here from the future.
Close enough. We'll dip in and out.
Yeah. Where'd he go? So that's what I love about this. It's just, you know, you just have a couple ideas of mine and you just shoot the shit.
That's the point where I'm at.
Yakking it up. But I hear what you're saying because myself, it's like you have so much more to offer now. And basically, since we've been doing this since the get-go, we were the end game of the analog era. Yes. We were that age where we learned that stuff as it was phasing out. And we were like the kids of the digital era. We were born into the digital era.
I always tell people we're going to be the last of the people who
we're that last half and half.
We could do both. Yeah. Our parents have no idea what digital is about. Exactly. They don't get it.
How do you email this?
They're still trying to figure out the fax machine. Still trying to figure out the fax machine.
Is there people in there?
The flip phone might be confusing for them. Well, we're able to still know how to use the rotary phone. Yeah. And now the touch screen.
I think because our age kind of like our your developing years as a child and like teenagers, we went through that fast transition. Exactly. Of different formats and stuff like that.
We literally were there for the inception. Like when we were 10, 12 years old, that was the start.
Commodore 64.
Yeah. Remember the Turtle where they first started teaching programming?
Yeah, exactly.
And all that. So we literally, the two things that our generation, what is it, a baby boom era? What is it, Generation X?
We're Gen X. We're X. They're just like, they're done.
Yeah, we're finished. Nothing's happening after this. X. The two things that Generation X literally grew up with, and why it's so ingrained in society today, is hip-hop. Yeah. And technology,
which coincide with each other
right now more than ever.
And I think it's happening again. Like, you know what I mean? Like hip hop came out of the era where these guys just started messing around with synthesizers and all this stuff and beat machines, and like that technology was all super brand new. Right. So they were experimenting, and out came this genre that became what hip hop is now. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what's happening right now. There's so much technology, and songs are super easier to make. You can get a beat on YouTube or whatever. There's so much selection now. Right. But I find there's not as much, there's a lot of creativity, but not as like unique creativity. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe in earlier days, like weird. You were like a really out there, different from everybody kind of artist. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what's funny about that, and which I was gonna say, which I think it's weird. In 2 ways, it's weird. One, everybody can make music now.
Yeah, it's so
why isn't there so much different versions of music if you can make what you like or want to make? Yeah. It's like everybody's still making what everybody else is making.
Maybe it's too easy.
It is too easy.
You know what I'm saying? There's no motivation.
It's definitely too
easy. Artistic motivation behind it anymore, maybe.
It's too easy to make the entry level, if we call it, maybe a little bit above the entry level of good music. It's too easy to make that music now. Music that people will like.
I think it's almost the same as like operating a camera now, right? Because a lot of the cameras are super automated. They focus on their own. They color adjust, all these different things. But if you don't know the fine-tuned basics of it, once in a while your footage is going to end up looking like
you still
shit,
need an
like
expert
shit.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So I think,
but
it can correct itself later.
It can correct itself, and you got YouTube University, buddy.
Oh my goodness.
YouTube University is turning out children of the future every day.
Yeah.
Every second, every minute.
Making money
doing it, tutoring people into careers.
Yeah.
Literally. YouTube, that's how I learned to produce.
Or that's the biggest money maker is the tutorial things.
Yes.
Like the lessons. Like,
of course.
How the fuck do I do this? Oh,
yeah.
Tell me, YouTube. Actually,
Google it, as my mom would say.
Mamoon, he was saying, he messaged me in 2005 or something. I got back from BC, and he's like, you gotta check this thing called YouTube out. And now I'm like, motherfucker, I should have put at least like $1,000 in this thing.
This is like the old man podcast.
You know what I mean? They're like, before YouTube? What the hell is that? There's no before YouTube.
Yeah, you have A, D, B, C, and BY before YouTube.
That's gonna be
the land before
the new
time.
Standard marker. Of like, it was before 0.
YouTube.
The year was 0. What does 0 indicate? Duh. The fucking internet, dude.
It's a fact, though.
It is.
It's
true.
pretty much a fact.
It is.
Because like we were just saying.
So 18-year-old plus now.
We're the last. When we're gone, things like the rotary phone will not be mentioned anymore.
Kids try. You see those videos where they give a kid a rotary phone
and they don't have no idea what to do.
Where's the touch screen on it?
But then on the other hand, what is also very interesting is that as much as things are changing, they are holding on to the past. Vinyl, for example, is a big deal now again.
Oh yeah, it's
Tapes
huge.
A big deal again. Like
tapes,
cassettes. Where are you playing them? But they're a big deal.
Yeah,
they're a big collector's item. People are wearing MCM all over the place.
Yeah.
The old school is actually like the 90s, 80s.
Oops,
sorry.
Man.
80s, 90s are back.
Yeah.
In style.
Well, yeah.
For these kids. So in ways, you know what I mean? It is still relevant.
I agree, because I think there was so much different creativity, like an explosion of creativity, that maybe there wasn't a lot of mediums to get all that creativity out there and share with everybody, have a equal platform to share all their creativity, because even with television, the only way you can get through was MTV, or if you got to get your music heard was on the radio. And now it's awesome. The best part about the internet and all these social media things is anybody anywhere can share their music. Literally, just like,
that is the good part. That is definitely the good part.
Like, I have one video I checked. There's 150 countries that have seen it.
Wow.
And it's like, that's awesome, man.
That would never happen.
Never,
unless
ever.
You shipped it out
even
there.
if I tried to travel.
And even if you tried to ship it out there, it might never happen.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Might get lost somewhere. That's true. That is true.
That
is the bright side.
The reach is crazy.
The reach is crazy.
And the instantaneous.
Oh, it's just, it's the inclusion is a good thing, but it's also the inclusion that's the bad thing at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
There's too many people who are allowed to make music.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Like, basketball players shouldn't.
Right.
Like, just...
You're okay.
I hate to say it, but step aside, guys.
I mean, Damian Lillard is, there's exceptions to the rule.
That can pass for standard.
Right. But they're never going to, well, like, you know what? Who are we to tell people not to dream? Exactly. And Shaq went platinum a couple times over. I think even the Kobe album might have went platinum. It might have.
Yeah.
Did Kobe have an album?
I'm just
anyway,
riffing because
don't like
this T.I. video I saw, that it was just like a PSA. And it was just like, let's talk NBA players.
Oh, don't kill me.
He's like, we should just set the record straight.
Don't kill me.
Just
I'm gonna end the live.
And it's well, anyways, it's like, he's like, you don't see us slam dunking in that, and I'm like, yeah, I see every rapper trying to play basketball.
No, that's a good point. So, that's a very valid point. Yeah, stick to what you're good at.
Yeah.
But hey,
the only exception
they got the money. They
Master P was the exception.
Master P, but he went to the rapping route, and then came back to basketball.
So I work with the sound guy there. I've been working there 15 years. And he said that when Master P was trying out, he would come up to the sound booth and just harass him all the time. And he's like, "You play my songs, play my songs."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, all right."
And he's already rich
always
at that
a hustler.
point.
Oh, he's already rich, but he's already still doing the groundwork by himself.
You see?
You know what I mean? And it's like, I think that's what we're talking about too. That's what I'm trying to incorporate. The difference between then and now is like, we had to do all these hard steps to make music.
That's
you know what I mean? Like, it's like we had to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G just to get a beat.
Yeah.
To get on our computer to write with or record with, you know? And know one guy who had a certain piece of equipment. Now it's like, and there was a changing of even these like preamps and external cards and stuff like that. That changed the game too once it became USB friendly and all that. But I had computers that went haywire on me. Frankenstein computers that didn't do what they had to do.
Lost a lot of stuff.
Oh, we've lost so much shit.
I got a lot of music on reels somewhere that have probably been recorded over 4 times on the same reel.
Yeah.
Or I got some 4-track somewhere that's got some beats.
So much trial and error. Like, we've been through more trial and error. So you're welcome, kids.
Exactly.
We're welcome. We were the frontline soldiers.
You guys, we're a step away from the guys who used to literally have to
splice reel to reels.
Cut reels.
Cut tape.
Yeah, we're a step away from that.
That's where they call cut it from. It's like,
cut. My God.
You cut that thing.
Oh, my God.
But which was immaculate quality.
That's the difference.
That was like recording on that.
And it also, in my opinion, it bred immaculate talent.
Yeah.
Because you had to be great while recording. Now, I'll speak for myself.
I agree. I
don't necessarily have to go in there and spit the best version of what I could spit.
Yeah.
Because we got punch-ins and
takes and
takes.
Yeah.
And we could do 100 takes in 10 minutes.
Depends how, you know, if you're you got a good chef working with you.
Exactly.
He can chop it up quick.
Exactly.
And he's like, all right, I'll punch this and punch this. And
imagine if that was the Motown days. Those guys would be like, okay,
you know how much tape we're rolling
today?
No, budget's
get
done.
out of here.
Yeah, the tape budget's done. Get out of here. Yeah. No, it's true. And it's even like when you had to take photos, you're like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. And it's like you got to be good at your craft before you do the take.
I don't know if you've ever seen this on NBA TV. They have a snippet. They have those snippets of a photographer talking about the Magic Johnson picture.
Yeah.
The hook that he took. And he's like, I took the picture, and back in them days, you had to go back to the hotel in the dark bathroom and develop it and hope. And he's like, you're shaking it like,
it's a bonus if it works.
I got it. I got something good.
Oh, it's true.
But what if a guy's finger just happened to be in the lens at that moment?
You're fucked.
Because it's not no rapid fire camera either.
They paid for your whole trip to be there, hotel and everything. And they're like, we didn't even get the shot we wanted. You fucking fucker.
It bred talent.
It's true.
And, you know, I know we're going to sound like these bitter old men and shit like that. I don't think of myself as necessarily a bitter old man, but I appreciate. It's more that I appreciate.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't love the hardships then, but I appreciate them now.
Me too.
And you kids are going to go through the same thing.
Yeah.
When you guys get old enough and your kids are literally just ordering whatever they want from some machine and it phases into the machine like what is it, replicator on Star Trek?
Fucking hologram shit.
Yeah, you're going to be looking at it like, you know, when I used to have to warm my food up in the microwave. I used to press buttons.
A what?
Yeah. What?
You didn't use your mind?
Well, yeah.
It's like you used your hands?
Exactly.
How disgusting.
When your kids are like, Lexi, get me a pizza. It shows up. Exactly. Yeah. You're going to be like, you kids have it so hard. I used to have to punch numbers on a microwave.
What? Numbers?
A microwave?
What the hell are numbers?
You're an asshole.
What are numbers, asshole?
I deal in crypto now, Mom.
Cryptocron now. When they fucking grow up in a whole generation of legalized weed, that's gonna change it.
That's another thing. But I tell you, bro, I went to Las Vegas like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
and I went not 2 years ago. I'm lying. It was last year. This year, we're still in 2018, right?
Yeah.
See,
a little bit left,
and I don't know the year because I'm telling this story, and it all relates together.
Good story,
and I forget the year because of this story.
Yeah.
So I went to Vegas, and it's legalized over there.
Yeah.
And it was the most amazing feeling, just walking around, smoking, and I'm not in a
not looking
Caribbean.
Anywhere.
I'm not in a I'm not in a different hemisphere or continent.
Yeah.
I'm in North America.
Yeah.
And nobody is batting an eye.
Nobody.
You just walk into the dispensary, show your ID.
Yeah.
They're serving me like it's a jewelry store. Sir.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is here because I haven't done it here yet. But man, if it ever becomes like that, that's a great feeling.
It will be.
Because we do it with cigarettes. We do it with alcohol.
Exactly.
So what that...
Because competition's going to breed that.
Yes.
And it's just like, how do you welcome your customers?
Yes.
Do you welcome them with some kid who's too fucking stoned to look up? No.
Or with some professionalism.
With some professional people.
Yep.
Exactly.
Like these guys literally had suits and ties on in the dispensary.
That's
and one of that I went to.
Awesome.
The other one is just a normal t-shirt uniform. But still, same type of treatment. It was like, what the hell?
That's another thing 18-year-olds coming in right now.
Yeah.
You don't know the struggles we went through hiding weed and getting weed A to B and all this and like...
And reckless at the same time.
Yes,
because we're young, dumb, and full of cum like you guys are now.
Like big, huge blunts that just smoke into the sky.
Yeah. In the middle of nowhere because we don't want to get caught where that's the worst place to be because they can see you from anywhere.
Well, it's nice now because all of those years that we had to, look over your shoulder. It's like, and now it's just, it's great.
Over
it's
a plant,
feeling.
over burning a plant.
Oh, ridiculous. I think the biggest thing is like, just let everybody out that's still serving time with this bullshit.
Listen, man.
Instantaneously.
Instant.
And not only that, I think they deserve no fees necessary stocks.
Well, at this point,
because
here's the thing, and I've had this discussion.
From the guys that locked them up are investing in now.
And winning. And I agree with you. I agree with you. There's almost nothing that I disagree with on that. My only, and I wouldn't even call it a dilemma, I'd call it more of a point that somebody else can make, I might say, okay.
Yeah.
Is it's illegal when it was illegal.
That is a valid point.
Like it was illegal when these guys were doing it.
Yeah.
They did break the law at that time.
So a good medium would just be like to let them out now.
Lighten their sentence, right. Depending on how long you're in there.
Legal.
Right. Give them less time.
Exactly.
Basically. I would agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
Because we can almost all recognize at this point it was stupid to begin with. But it's not necessarily changing.
Yeah.
That's what I've been telling people. They're going to legalize it here, but it's not going to be.
No, because they're going to find, like, I look at it the way, like, when alcohol was legalized.
Yeah, exactly.
The drugs were already legal prior to that.
Yes.
So they changed it over, and they're like, okay, now we need to do something. Oh, the alcohol is legal, so now we can't we can't chase bad guys for this and all that. We don't have no need for a task force now.
Right.
So what are we going to change it to?
Right.
Marijuana.
Yeah.
It's just like right after prohibition of alcohol, what became illegal?
Yeah.
Marijuana. What the hell?
Yeah. Good point.
What a coincidence. And now too, it's going to be like, I guarantee you, once now it's legalized, there are going to be less people drinking and driving.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
Yeah.
And once you're going to be able to go to venues and be able to smoke and stuff like that, people will drink way less at where there's alcohol. They might prefer that to go to a bar with alcohol.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to change. And then they're not going to have as much money for their task force. They're going to be like, hey, you guys are only doing X amount of people.
They're going to have to find something for us.
We don't need to fund. No. Yeah. So I can see that being like, well, it's so vague. It's like you can clearly see if somebody's drunk. But people are high. It's kind of like
I don't know how they're gonna test
tired.
this. Yeah,
there's so many variables.
I don't know how they're
like
gonna test
I look
this.
the same as when I
That's
have bad allergies too, right? It's like
that's the dangerous part because they get to choose. It's a pick and choose thing.
Who's
really.
the expert?
Yeah, who is the expert?
Who's the fucking expert?
And I also the other thing as to what you were saying, I also think that there's going to be there's already measures for it to be a government only making money type thing. So, So you're still essentially somewhat criminalized depending on amount or something like that.
Yeah, if you're
base it that
pushing
way.
units, then they're gonna come after.
Which
you
is
sure.
another way that a guy will say those guys should still be in jail because I'm only growing 2 plants. That's legal.
Yeah.
These guys had pounds and kilos.
Exactly. Yeah. I understand that.
Oh man.
I agree.
Where there's a will, there's a way. There's a will to keep people in prison to make money for the same people who put them in prison.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sad but true.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna all go down too. I think it's like once it's legalized, where's that supply and demand of pulling people over, finding the possession, locking them up, court service, all that procedure. That's a good chunk of jail.
Yeah.
Percentage of jail. So like all that's gonna go down too. Yeah. And that's a huge.
You're gonna have to find a way to replace it, which they always do.
The evil pharmaceuticals too. Yeah. Though I think that's the biggest. That'll have the biggest impact.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. But there's something there.
They're investing.
And there's something. Well, definitely that. Definitely the pharmaceutical. They'd be stupid if they haven't done that already. They definitely have been doing it for years.
Up in that.
Yeah. They must have been.
Because they see
in fact, these laws wouldn't pass unless some of those guys were already appeased with, okay, you guys, hey, guess what? In about 5 years, we're going to legalize this thing.
Yeah.
You guys might want to start getting ready.
They're at everything. The shares are at 3 cents right now.
Right, exactly.
You might want to 10 million.
You might want to buy in.
I agree 100%.
Because we got a little plan.
I agree.
We got this 5-year plan where this thing is.
Oh, I agree.
Listen, man, I watched The Wire. Okay,
yeah,
season 5, season 4. I see what's going on.
Everything came together. I told you.
It's all about the money. We know this.
It is at the end of the day.
At the end of the day. Grease the right palms in the right way, and everything goes through smooth as a shit through goose.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, how have we gone here? Oh, 25 minutes. I like that. Let's take a break.
Okay.
My buddy Slang Hugh. We are back on the Focus Podcast.
Deep shit.
Deep space shit.
Deep space shit. Deep space.
You're listening to the Focused Podcast.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it's like, I think every generation, like once you get older.
We're back on?
Yeah, hell yeah. We emphasized a little more how hard it was. You know what I mean? Because even we're telling kids, like, you got no idea.
Well, you went through it.
You
do 2 things too at the same, and it's almost in the same breath. You're romanticizing it, and you're also sending a warning.
Because it was the youth, and it was awesome when you were young.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You remember how long summer used to last?
All summer.
When you were in elementary school, all summer used to last all summer. Now it's like a month. It feels like it's done.
And like the. Not lack of responsibilities, but the little amounts of responsibilities.
My life focus.
Instead.
I'm talking to my life. Don't. We got to do this in the modern age.
What's going on?
We're talking old man shit.
Because we're old. And that's what old men do.
With new technology.
Yeah. Work for us, robot.
Yeah, work for us.
Work for us.
Until you realize that we're the problem, and then you wipe us out. The iRobot theory is real. Yeah, of course. The first, like you said, 10 years. We got 10 years.
Well, we're probably going to be the first seniors that are going to 100% rely on AI and technology. Possibly.
Yes, and understand it at the same time.
Yeah. I know where the switch is, kids.
We know where the switch is. That's it. It's over after us.
Because my conspiracy buddy made this.
Yep. We're going to know how to work the tape deck and the mental mind music probe or whatever the hell they come up with.
It's like some sort of frequency going out there. Just spend. Spend.
Oh yeah, of course.
Spend.
Yeah.
Spend.
Alienation messages.
You ever see
This guy has me talking all kind of conspiracy.
movie called the hell is it again? They Live.
Yes, that's what I was just talking about. I said Alienation.
Yeah.
They Live is what it is. With Roddy Piper.
One for Roddy Piper.
Yeah, that's what I was actually meant. Yeah.
That's where the whole begins, folks. So I'll just leave you at that. Just
watch that movie.
Watch that movie, and that's where the
terrible
whole begins.
Quality, but god damn it, if that message isn't on point.
On point and almost like predicting what the police state was going to be and surveillance and all this. And
what technically happens without it being even as obvious as it is in that movie?
Like money's our leader. That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
It's like this is your boss. Yeah. And everybody's competing for it, and
it ultimately is the leader. You're absolutely right.
Anyways, let's go back. So when did you start this music thing? When you just got interested in when you knew when you was like, hey, this is what I want to do. Like this
making music,
or any parts of it, like writing, and then what equated to finishing a song and.
Well, long ago in a place called Georgia. No. When I was on the plantation. No, I'm playing. Oh, man. John Henry. Okay. No, I was in high school. We actually had a music program. This is where suburb middle class living actually got you some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went to a pretty good school, St. Augustine. Big up all the Falcons out there in Brampton. And they had a music program, and our teacher, Mr. D'Souza, good teacher as well, started a music creating program for your grade 12s and OACs. So we literally had a studio in our school.
Oh, dope.
Right? 4 or 5 of us, like, you know, some of the dudes, me, Drastic, Snooze, my boy Preston, Kenny, bunch of guys. Like that's where we would pretty much, if we weren't in another class or on lunch, we were in that, hanging in that studio, working the 4-track with the tape and all the stuff that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
We
did you guys have a computer yet? Like, did you have it?
Did we have a computer? No. I believe we worked off, there was a Tascam in there. What was the machine we used?
Real to record it or no?
We definitely used a 4-track.
Yeah.
To record.
Yeah.
But we would, as I'm telling you, we would. I was telling my nephew we would spend overnights in there. Like we'd be there till 5 a.m. This is in high school. The janitor would come in cleaning up, and we'd be like, "Yeah, the teacher knows we're here," and the janitor just and keep it moving.
That's boss.
Yeah, we would be there till sunlight sometimes.
That's
go home and come back to school in like a couple hours.
That's dedication.
But we loved it. Like
every minute of it.
That's the part of the love, and the learning was a love. Like everything excited us back then. Everything you learned how to extend the sample a little bit. Oh shit, yeah, man, that's great. Oh wow, right? So fast forwarding, came to the point where we formed our little group. Which then became the Boondocks. It's me, Drastic, Snooze, and Preston.
Yeah.
We were pretty much making our own beats, but I guess we didn't feel that we were that great at it.
Yeah.
So then we started wanted to record at real studios, quote unquote. Which, again, if that was today, and any of you kids that have a studio at school could be a star straight from there.
Right now.
Right from that studio in your school. But there's a process back then. So we want to take it to a real studio. I assume we went to a bunch of studios. Drastic is the friggin' memory box on this.
Yeah.
He'll tell you lyrics that I don't remember that I said on songs. Big up Drastic. So then we ended up, Frank Morel, who was with, what's the name of that group? If you look up Frank Morel on YouTube, you're going to see a bunch of videos. Like, it was like he's a hip house. He was in a hip house group, which I cannot remember the name of the group.
Oh, in Toronto?
Yeah, from Toronto. Used to play on Much all the time, those songs. Oh, man, I can't remember the name of the group at all. Simply Majestic? Is
yeah,
that it?
That sounds
Is that
familiar.
it? That might be it. Anyhow,
Yeah.
we ended up going to his studio, which was the in-home studio, which he was ahead of his time back then. In-home studio, we used to go to. He charged people to go there.
Yeah.
I think at the time we probably like paid $25 an hour or something like that.
Pretty good.
Something like that
Yeah.
back then, which is nothing now.
Yeah.
But back then, for us in high school, scraping was about $5 each together, something. It was a deal. So every hour counted. So we would write our songs.
You were prepared.
Before we went to the studio,
Yeah.
make sure we had it down pat.
Yeah.
Which I was the worst guy at that. I never had it down pat.
Exactly.
And then we recorded some with his beats and so forth and so forth. Fast forward a little bit more. When I could say, I'm saying in retrospect, that was the beginning.
Yeah.
The, I guess, professional, quote unquote, beginning. Not that I've ever really made money, but the professional beginning.
We're all Canadian.
Yeah.
We're all Canadian hip-hop artists.
Exactly. We sent in a demo to 88.1. Back then, DJ X had a show.
Yep.
Power
big.
Move.
That was big.
Yeah, big show.
Yeah.
And they used to do like a competition where they'd play 2 demos of 2 artists. I don't even know if it was only local artists. I think it was only local. And if you won, you went on to the next week. People called in, voted, blah, blah, blah. And we went up against, I'm terrible with names. We went up against, we had a song called Butter Lyrics. Then we were the Boondocks. I don't know if I said that. We were the Boondocks.
Yeah.
We had a song called Butter Lyrics. And we went up against, fucking can't remember the name. Twins, though. People would know if they know Toronto hip-hop history. The Twins had a song. And we lost.
Yeah.
But we ended up going down to 88.1 and rapping for DJ X. And those guys were like local stars at the time. Yeah. Especially in the hip-hop community. It was like, those guys were our red alerts.
They
and
heard
they're
heard
our
every day
cool
by
hurts.
everybody.
Yeah, those guys were the guys that put you on in Toronto.
Yeah.
So we rapped for them, Thrust, back then.
I remember Thrust.
Yeah. And I remember spit the lyrics, and I remember I said one. See, I don't remember lyrics, but I remember this one. I remember saying, "I put Peter in the pan like my man Captain Hook," and I remember Thrust look it up like, "Whoa, that's pretty good." That's one thing I remember.
Boss, man.
Yeah, because I never looked up too often, which is what they told us afterwards. Like, yeah, you guys are good. You just got to bring up that energy.
Yeah.
When you're gonna show people, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So that's basically the beginning of the
Inception
Slang
of
Hugh career, which has a bunch of different names besides Slang Hugh, before Slang Hugh.
Yeah.
But that's the inception, as you would say.
What was the very first name that came out of your thoughts ever that you're...
Oh, see, this is a drastic question. I need drastic here. The first name
Ben was Poe was Slim Dog.
Oh,
and I'm like, that's the 2 worst fucking stereotypical Slim and Dog.
But that would work right now. People
instantaneously, it would blow the fuck
Yeah.
up. No,
if you just put little, you put little in
you
front
know
of
why?
Little Slim Dog.
Because exactly too, right? And I don't want to do a consensus of like a hip hop rap consensus of everywhere in the world. How many parochial rappers are either have the relation of Slim or Dog in their name?
That's big.
25%, I'd say.
Is it 20?
I'm just guessing. Yeah, I did.
Hey,
this is what I do with my money.
Yeah.
I've been going across the country and just getting rap name consensus.
Paying for this research of rap names.
Hey, man, it's like government of Canada. This is what I need money
You
for.
might be onto something that might save the planet. That's
Exactly.
the thing. They don't get it. But I feel you, brother.
Where is Slim Dog?
Don't kill me.
But you're right. It would blow the fuck up
It would blow up now.
Ben's got a T-shirt that, remember, Sean, you know Sean Meck.
Yeah.
He did the first, like, drawing. And it's just like...
Oh, yeah, me and Sean are going to do something.
Yeah, it's like some oddly shaped, upper body drawing character.
Of Ben?
Yeah, I guess. And like
as Slim Dog?
Iced out. And then like this FUBU shirt. And then he's got his
funny.
arms around 2 girls. And it says Slim Dog.
So Malibu's
And
Most
it's-
Wanted.
Yeah, it's before Malibu's Most Wanted.
We were ahead of our time!
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's like, I want that as an actual T-shirt.
That's hilarious.
To be like, and promote it. And just like, who's Slim Dog? Like, You don't know who the fuck Slim Dog is? You ain't been nowhere, man.
You don't know nothing.
You know nothing.
You don't know nothing. If you don't know Slim Dog, fuck is you been at, bro?
It was like Flex talking there. You don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing. Oh, sorry, I didn't. My first rap.
First name. Sorry, I totally threw you off there.
I think my first rap name was I'm gonna say Omit.
Omit.
Because my real name's Omar.
Yeah.
So I kept trying to come up with something that would go with O.
I like that.
So I thought Omit was the first name.
Omitting them lyrics.
Yeah, but it was stupid as hell.
Yeah. You can only go so far with that.
You can only go so far.
That's the test of time with each name. You're right. You're like, can I do this same name 20 years from now?
20 years from now.
Yeah.
Now coming to the stage. Omit.
Damn, I should have changed that.
Changed that shit 10 years ago.
Before I bought all that marquee and all that shit. Oh, man. So, yeah, and then you go college and then you're...
Yeah, when we then graduated, went to York University afterwards, where I stepped it up a bit. By this time, it was more just me and Snooze still doing it. And by that time, Snooze pretty much stopped rapping because Snooze used to rap. Snooze had bars too, man. Drastic rap here and there, but he wasn't focused on it. Me going to York, the year I went there, I'm in class with Cardinal Official, and I'm in class with Danny O.
There you go back with the original crew.
I'm there with Tara Chase, and I'm there with all these guys who are in the scene making. They've made their stamp in the scene. Like this is just the beginning of the circle, and the FOS and Chaclair and Socrates are blowing up locally. Maybe even by that time. Internationally by that time. So I'm seeing these guys and they're in my class, and then obviously it affects me like, why the hell am I not?
Yeah.
But admittedly, I've never been the business-minded guy. I always focused on the art. I always needed a manager, which I never really had a manager that was more driven than me.
That's the problem, right?
Which, I can't blame nobody because I regardless, should have did it anyway, you know what I mean? Yeah. Should have did it anyway. But I digress.
The college.
College that's when I started this solo career, I would say. That's when I went solo. At that time, I was actually going by Remington Steele.
Oh, I remember that.
Actually.
Yeah.
I used to love that show.
Yeah.
And at that time, there was a bunch of different type of names, so I was looking for that kind of name. Remington Steele. Sounds like a shaver.
It is. The 17-blade Remington Shield. Rips your fucking face off. Just like...
If you need a new face, get the Remington Steele. It'll slit your wrist for you.
Done. $2.99.
You'll never need to shave again. One shave. It's a lifetime warranty. You're fucking killing me. Oh, man. Anyway. Oh, shit. I totally forgot what I was talking about.
Shaving.
Remington, shaving.
Remington Steele. That's pretty boss, man. That's like a model name, too.
Yeah, that was, blue steel look and all that. Zoolander.
Remington Steele.
Yeah, so I was Remington Steele then, and I made a song with Cardinal. I'll tell a story, actually. Cardinal probably doesn't even remember this. I'm doing my Canadian version of the Drink Champs. But
this is what we do. This is the show.
I met Cardinal, obviously, in university, and we did classes together. So he was making beats back then, and he was on then. This is like just after, I think, around... I want to say Natty Dread, Hate Runs Deep, which is years apart. So I'm going to say more than Hate Runs Deep when Socrates is just putting that out.
Yeah.
Probably before Northern Touch, though. Yeah, pretty much like before.
2000.
99, 2000.
99, just before 2000.
It's probably, exactly those years.
Yeah.
And so still buying beats at this point, even though I had made beats in high school. I kind of abandoned that because, again, it was too much goddamn work, bro.
Exactly.
And I wanted...
It is.
That was the bottom line. Back then, it was too much work.
It is.
But it was me. I want to focus on my pen and my lyrics.
Yeah.
To be the real MC and da-da-da. Quote, air quotes around all of that.
Yeah.
Boom. Stop producing. Snooze focused on the production.
Yeah.
So a lot of my beats came from Snooze as well. But this is kind of a little bit before Snooze was really into the production.
Yeah.
And we had backtrack a little bit. We bought an MPC and all that. So we were producing.
To have an MPC was big.
We because those were thousands of dollars for guys in college.
I couldn't have it.
Yeah.
I was like,
it was expensive.
It's out of reach.
I might still owe them some money for that. I don't know.
It was amazing. That was groundbreaking.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Like you had everything in your hands.
And to be honest with you, it played into my modern production, learning new systems. That actually came back to me. All those music classes came back to me in this modern time. It's weird.
And all those step by step.
Yeah, it's that. It's that. The learning curve and all that. But yeah, so I had, Cardinal story.
Yeah.
Cardinal had come to my house with Y-Look, and Y-Look was in the circle, if those guys know, if people know figures of speech, and to play me some beats that I wanted to buy from him. Mm-hmm. So he played me Let's Ride, the beat for Let's Ride. And I was like, yo, I want that.
Yeah.
And he's like, Chaclair he just did something with that.
Oh, no.
I was like,
you would have
murdered that.
Dude, you would have murdered that.
Yeah.
Man.
But hey, it's a classic nonetheless. It's a classic nonetheless.
Memoirs of Blake
One of
Savage.
my favorite beats, Canadian beats of all time. But yeah, and then months or years
one of my
later,
favorite names to make fun of.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
Memoirs of Blake Savage.
It's a porno LP. Don't watch that.
I'm just bugging.
Memoirs of Blake Savage.
Me and my buddy.
Hilarious though.
Yeah.
In retrospect, I'm sure he would laugh at that as well. At least I would hope so.
I hope he's
Big up Chaclair though.
Hope you're a good sport, Chaclair. Thanks, buddy.
But yeah, so me and Cardinal, I have a song with me and Cardinal that every so often I put up on.
So what was he gonna charge you for that beat? Like the standard 200? Is it?
I want to say it's somewhere in there. It's like $100 to $200 I think for it. Somewhere in there.
Seems like that price is
somewhere in there.
Still the same.
I wonder if he'll take that nowadays.
You know what I mean? Like, here's a classic beat with $200 too.
If I could only find
add a couple zeros to the end of that, maybe we could talk.
If I could find the beat tape and it's the same beats from back then.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on. It
was back then price.
A decade discount.
You know what I mean? Come on down for decade discount.
But yeah, so being in school with those guys kind of inspired me to try the solo route.
Yeah.
More so than anything. And that's where from Remington Steel, which didn't last that long, there's probably a name in between there that I don't remember.
And a lot of lawsuits, maybe.
And this is also the thing, This is also potential ones anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the record label, no, I'm bugging.
Yeah.
They told me not to use it.
There's a blade in Germany that's called Remington Steel.
It's a cease and desist order.
Yeah, he's been German pop star for
20
years.
Don't kill me.
No, so that leads you up to like 2000, 2001, right?
Yeah, I was doing a lot of shows those times.
Yeah.
My name was getting around them times. Those times, like I said, that's kind of like the beginning of the solo artist phase. Yeah. I think I also I met like the Foundation guys then. Juice Rochester was big on the scene. Those times when Flo used to have the competitions, I was probably in every one of them.
Well, that's when I was working in the clubs. I worked in Whiskey Saigon.
Oh,
I was a bar back. Yeah, wow. So I, they did all the Saturday nights and everything. Yeah. So I used to hustle Ben's music to Scratch and all those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And I got played in the clubs and all that shit.
Nice.
Funny story. So Ben and I, the first album we did for him is called Born. Mm-hmm. And it was just out of, we bought a CD from Steve's with drum loops and clear, it was all clear drum loops and guitar licks and bass licks. So we made our first beats out of that.
Out of that stuff.
Out of our rich. So there was this one by Premiere and it was dun dun dun, dun dun, like with the bell, dun dun dun.
Okay.
So we made a song And it was pretty dope. It's like, what you want to be when you grow up? What you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an MC. And so it was a good hook. So I got to play it in the club there. And I'm talking to like one of the bouncers. He's like, yo, this is awesome. And he's like, yo, I think I heard this beat in New York one time. I'm like, yeah, that's because I got my stuff played in New York. I'll take all the praise.
You gotta do it, buddy. You gotta do it.
I'm like, I know it's Premiere. It's a Premiere beat, and it's dope. But he's just like, hey, man. He's just like, dope. And I was like, all right, cool. Thanks, man. I worked on it real hard.
Well, you don't know won't hurt you, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's funny as hell.
No, anyways, yeah. So it was like, I got on the pulse a bit there too. Yeah, and it was just like cool.
Those were the good times, but that
was fun. That was before the safe pours. When the bartender liked you, boys, he was drinking for free all night. And I was a bar back there, so because I served like 6 bars, so I had to stock them all the time. Yeah. And every time I bring one up, the girls were like, "You want a shot?"
Did you used to work at that?
Joker too.
That's probably where I'm thinking of a big club.
Well, Whiskey Saigon closed down, and then we all hop-skitched over to Joker. And then this fucker went, beers used to be $4, and then he bumped it to $4.50, so naturally people cut their tip in half. So all our tips got cut in half. I was enough. I think that was the end of that industry. Started dwindling like that.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean, like that. You remember the Liberty Club?
Yeah.
So that was I worked part of the Liberty Club, and they had like 8 clubs downtown, so I could go to any club, get in anywhere. But they were like a
good
monopoly.
Old club district.
Yeah, and it's not like, I don't think it's like that anymore.
Well, there is like really no club
There's
district.
Nothing like that anymore.
No, I don't believe there is a club district anymore.
No,
but things have like.
There's trendier areas now where you can get it all done.
Maybe that's what it is. And I only assume, because who knows, I'm not in it no more. And I'm totally removed.
I think, honestly, because there's no good drugs anymore.
Hey, maybe that's it.
I think because remember the late 90s? Like, I didn't really do ecstasy, but I remember then that's when all the real good ecstasy was.
Well, you know what you're saying at the same time is that drugs back then used to hype you up.
Yeah.
Drugs now put you to sleep.
Yeah. More drugs I think people are hooked more on like those mood drugs now.
Yeah.
Like those were ecstasy. If you had like pure good ecstasy.
Yeah.
It was you're hopping like around. Good vibes, and it was
especially the ecstasy period of life.
Yeah, but that drug is more so than anything is like you're more loving than anything, I guess.
That was our hippie stage.
Yeah, that was our hippie mode. That was our hippie
mode. Yeah.
And I worked with all these guys.
And shrooms and these things.
Yeah, it was the good shit then. Right?
Not that I've done any of these drugs.
No, we have never endorsed any of these.
I don't know what they're... Now the marijuana...
Just the legalized marijuana that I ordered through Canada Post.
And liquor. Marijuana and a shot of bourbon.
Puts me to sleep.
Yep.
So weed companies, if look for a sponsor, line up, call me.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
So what do you think about that? I think in April next year, everything's going to change because that's when the business proposals come out. And the big companies are already set up. Like the LCBO's set up already. Shoppers is set up already.
Now, so are they going to open it to quote-unquote public?
Yeah. If you don't have a criminal record, you can apply for a business loan, and that's
applying
not a business loan, but like a business proposal for a shop to sell.
Applying and getting are different things. So I'm wondering who they're going to actually give these.
That's
things
the thing. I don't know how. Like,
is a mom and pop shop going to be able to?
You know what I think is? Oh, here's another conspiracy. Before it's a conspiracy, I think they might look into your social media.
Well, yeah, that's
for this.
Come on, that's it now. We surveil ourselves.
Yeah,
that's definitely gonna happen.
Just like
nowadays, that's definitely.
What did he say about Trudeau? No pot stores for you, sir.
Or something to that degree. It's definitely.
You know, because it's already happened in China where there's like behind the scenes hirers. They can look at your quote unquote social media rating.
Why wouldn't they?
Like if you speak out about the government or something.
Yeah, why wouldn't they though?
Exactly. Yeah. That's what that's the currency now.
Exactly.
It's people's information
is like, which has been the currency for a very long time, but now it's clearly a currency.
Yeah, it's like, how much of it can we get free from you?
Exactly.
For convenience.
And you're giving it to us every day, on the hour, on the minute.
There you go.
Please.
Well, I was down in Bahamas and I broke the cell phone. First day.
In Bahamas? Your phone?
Yeah, first day. And I was just like, fuck it.
You didn't bother getting a new one?
Lived without a phone.
You know, same thing happened
for a week and a half, and I just, you know what?
It was fine.
95.
Lived like 95.
95.
I lived like it was 95. God damn it.
Give me them 95 prices.
God damn it. I lived like it was goddamn 95. God damn it.
You know that quarter ain't that cost. Give me that. 95. But it was like my cousin was in another hotel, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to meet you at 12 in the lobby. Be there at 12.
Be there, simple as that.
That's it.
Oh my God.
Imagine, remember that? And it's like, if anything happened, you had no idea.
Yeah.
You had no fucking clue. Did this guy drive off a cliff? Did he get abducted by aliens?
I'm dying up.
Did he fucking... Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
He's just late.
If you're 15 minutes late, it might be a crisis. Because what the hell is taking you so goddamn long?
Exactly. Like, what could have taken this guy so long? He's just across the street.
No, nowadays.
That's you.
You just call.
You waited for your friends to pick you up. You waited.
You just wait, or you call.
Waited.
Or yeah. Right.
Did they leave the house?
Just wait.
Oh, they left the house hours ago.
And heaven forbid, you're going to pick up somebody and you're kind of late.
Fuck.
And you get there and they went back upstairs.
Oh, fuck. That's nowadays calling a cab in Montreal. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah?
Yeah. They have no need for customer service whatsoever. They're like, he's not in the front right now. I go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. I have to catch a train.
Did I lock that door? Sorry. I'm just thinking about it. The outside door. No. Sorry. Pull it in and lock it. Yeah. Just so we don't...
knife-wielding maniac coming in.
Yeah, we don't want to get surprised. Surprise!
Everybody, I need to record something. Yeah.
I'm going to kill these two motherfuckers right now. I just want the world to know.
And I need it on record. Just in case. Just in case.
That's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's, you know... The technology's come a long way, but definitely. It's just like...
Definitely.
It's almost like it's, you know too much too fast, too soon.
Oh, it's definitely that.
It's just like...
There is definitely that element.
It's like, whoa, okay, whoa. All
definitely,
right.
Definitely. Too much information is being... And it's weird to even say that because... Ooh, my bad. Ooh.
There's a sample of the new CD.
It's technology. I'm able to post while I'm doing a podcast at the same time without bringing my PC with me. I could do it.
Double dipping kids at its finest. That's
exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's as I was saying, the information is so easily accessed that it is. It's not even the access. It is actually the ability to put information out there
instantaneously.
The people, the authors and the providers of the information. I'm not speaking of
anybody.
Anybody with a phone.
Anybody.
Anywhere. A phone or a laptop.
Anywhere.
Access to the internet can put in for so-called or a form of information out there. Anything. That's so your distorted thoughts or your stupid ass ideas and your unfounded theories
will translate through that.
And I'm a person who always says there are a million people out there. There are at least a million people that think exactly like you.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So once this idiot puts the idiots a message out to the rest of the idiots.
Idiots alert! Idiots alert!
Idiots unite! And they all get in that dog truck from Dumb and Dumber yelling "Yeah," to the meeting of the idiots on internet.
It's 89 sheepdog.
89.
No, it's fucking true. I agree 100%.
That's what's going on.
Just, you know what I describe it as? My analogy is the bug zapper. When you turn that blue bug zapper light on, and they're like, "Oh, look at that light!" They all just go right towards it.
That's what's going on.
Yeah,
it is exactly that.
It is, and there's some sort of, like, I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna get there
in 1 second.
Yeah, in 1 second.
Well, I mean, that's also a result of everything being easy and quick and fast.
Yeah.
On the other side, so I don't sound negative, and to kind of bring it a little full circle, part of why I continued making music, or why I've come back to, in a way, because sometimes I'll take what I now look at as breaks, but what I once thought at the time was, I'm finished, I'm done.
Yeah.
But I'll never be done, is the advanced technology. Because I can tell you right now, at this age, I'm not learning how to use an MPC like I learned to use it back in the day.
That.
Are you crazy?
You know how many bells and whistles that motherfucker
It's not happening,
no.
bro. I ain't using no Tascam 4-track at this age. Are you nuts?
No. When you can do it on your goddamn phone.
On my phone.
On the beach. That's the
with
fucking
a
difference.
Pina colada.
That's the difference. Oh, shit. I should have used that as a coaster. That's my beat maker. That's the difference.
That's my engineer. That's my A&R. That's my promotion team. This right here.
I think the biggest.
It's your graphic designer.
That's the difference there. Is the mobility of doing what you can do, and the transfer, like file transfer. It's just like I can get an audio clip in London, send it back here to my
in
master,
less than a second.
Send it back in a second. And finish a video and post it there.
You can communicate all over the world in seconds.
Awesome.
In seconds. We used to have to send letters.
Remember zip files? You had to put like to get a
Compress
WAV
them.
file, compress that motherfucker.
Yeah.
2 songs on the file, folks.
That's what we were saying earlier. Yeah. There's no not meeting the person you were recording with.
Exactly.
You guys spent that session together to record.
That's a big, huge difference too. There's no real.
Now that doesn't have to happen.
Yeah, there's nothing like that.
Although I will say, I've seen it numerous times where that vibe is still relevant. Where I've seen artists, I've seen cats like Daniel Son and Ace Son and Cypher Soze sitting in a studio, listening to beats, writing on the spot, creating the actual stuff right there, rather than them sending each other, yo, put a verse on that.
Yeah.
So if,
on the other hand,
which again, that rejuvenates me.
Yeah.
So it's another modern way that's a touch of what the old way was. I see it, and it's like, oh, that's still going on. Okay, I can still do
adapt
this.
To that. Yeah.
I can still do this. Yeah. So.
Well, on the other hand, too, it's like you can, like somebody in, say, the Philippines can send you a beat to do in Kentucky.
Yep.
And a rapper in Kentucky can rap over that. And they send it to a dude in Iceland who masters it.
I'll give you, here's another quick story.
Yeah.
Or related to product in stores now.
Now, get your Remington Steel.
What I just I dropped a couple weeks ago a single that I produced with Jay Cyanide and a battle rapper named DNA.
Okay.
DNA's from Queens, New York.
Yeah.
Jay Cyanide's from Washington. I'm from Toronto.
That's travel expenses.
They haven't met each other. Like, to keep it 100, Jay Cyanide had to kind of ask me who DNA was. I had to tell him I'm the link.
Yeah.
And I've never met DNA in person.
Yeah.
We've met on internet.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you, we put out a product, all three of us from different parts of North America. Mind you, Jay Cyanide did record it at the studio. He recorded his verse at the studio, but DNA didn't. And it's out there mixed just fine, like they were here together.
Hanging out.
Yeah, so here's your behind the scenes look into hip hop.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's technology, man. And again, if I had to, back in the day, meet DNA or his manager, meet Jay Cyanide or their manager, which would mean I'd have to be in a town that they're in at the exact same time, make the legwork, make the relationship, make the phone calls back
All
and
that.
forth,
Yeah.
arrange for them to be in the studio at the same time I am to record this said song.
Travel time for me.
I'm not doing that
No.
shit these days.
No
I'm not
way.
doing it.
No.
So, as much as we might be the guys who are saying, "Oh, back in the day was better," yeah, because we went through it already.
Yeah.
We're not trying to go through it again.
No, we ain't doing that shit
No,
again.
no. We ain't trying to do that shit again.
Got the T-shirt.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, why don't I hang out with loudmouth, skanky girls anymore? Because I've been there and I've done that.
Outgrow that shit. Exactly.
Outgrow that
exactly.
shit.
At least I shouldn't say you
Although
should.
every once in a while, it's a good dip in the pool. But
hey, we all live in our memories, baby.
Exactly.
We all live in our memories.
Well, we've been rocking along here. Nice. It's nice talking and reminiscing, man. And like I think you dipped on it at the beginning, and we should do something like this because I think I mentioned to you a while ago, and you're a lot in it too. Like I got a ton of footage of you too.
Yeah,
we got 20 years of footage.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
All this together, like through the process, and then kind of like what we're talking about now. At the same time, I have the same process of all video.
Yeah.
We're going from high 8 to DV to mini DV.
I'd love to see that.
To 720 to 1080, and then we're
that because I don't really have any footage of my.
I don't know if I might drive here. I'll check and see if I might drive here. No. Anyways, I have it on a drive, and we should just we'll hang out again.
That would be tough.
And we'll just,
that would be tough.
And so we should do that, and just like an idea is just all that footage, and then we set up nice interview settings, and we just all talk stories like this.
That's a good idea, actually.
And I can get you just set it up with nice backgrounds with what we're talking about. I can get in the Scotiabank Center. We can do stuff like that. And that'll be cool.
I have a loftier idea than that, which I won't completely share on air, but I'll share with you.
Don't off air.
I've been sitting. Again, as creatives, we don't stop trying to think of different ways, and it's for me anyway. I'm now also realized, man. Actually, let me put it to you like this. Sorry, I'm going on my Bill Cosby rant, although I shouldn't say that. Wrong guy to choose. Wrong
ranter.
Wrong guy. Wrong ranter. Sorry. Wrong ranter. Bill Cosby. Yeah. Anyway, I once saw this like video or YouTube advertisement or something like that. Anyway, it was of this guy who was 40 years old and he was ripped, like he's a muscular guy, and they're interviewing him. It's like a motivational video, and he says in the video he says. This is the only part of the video I really remember, is somewhere at 40, I kind of looked at life and said, I kind of get this.
Yeah.
I kind of understand it.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't saying I got it. And I don't think if you really in-depth talk to that guy, he would say, I got it.
Yeah, don't quote me.
There's a groove that I think you enter.
Yeah.
Whereas for a lot of people up until, well into your 30s, you're still thinking, what am I supposed to be doing
They're
here?
still figuring out.
What am I exactly supposed to be doing here?
I agree.
Most of us are in that. What am I supposed to be doing here?
Yeah.
10 years from that, it's either I know I'm not supposed to be doing this, or I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of the two things.
Yeah.
Well, you're sure about something.
Yeah.
You're sure about what you've been doing is not what you're supposed to be doing, or what you are doing is what you're supposed to be doing.
You're like, I know I'm going the right direction, or the other way. It's like, I know I'm turned the wrong way.
Exactly, but you have a sense of direction. That's exactly
it out. Exactly.
You have a sense of direction.
I agree.
And
I agree 100%.
For me, for me, art is my sense of direction.
Yes.
I kind of always have to go that way.
Yeah.
And it's not based on finances. It's not based on I want to make this much money and I'm trying to blow up and da 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 da. I don't put out music for people to buy it, but by all means, buy it.
Please buy it.
Please buy it.
Local
Support
shit,
it,
motherfuckers.
Content with content in stores. November 26, 2018. It's out there. It'll be on all streams. But anyway, shameless plug.
We're gonna plug it all. It's all down on the bottom, folks. Scroll down.
Art for me is not exactly. Art for me is not a financial obligation or filler. It's more of just a love now, and I realize that's if not one of many probably purposes that I have on this planet. So I'm gonna try to exploit it, especially getting things like the studio, getting around guys with like minds, which I wish and I tried to always have. That was always me. Always, you remember, tried to do the Arc, and we did Crooked Halo. I'm a group-minded guy.
Yeah.
And it's not for lack of not wanting to be a leader, or it's actually the opposite. I always say I'm too I'm too dumb to lead, but too smart to follow.
I like it. I like
right
it.
in there.
I love it.
But I've always wanted to be part of a group
you understand? It's the group effort, really.
That had one mind at the same time. Or not even necessarily one mind, but one goal.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're all kind of going that way, different ways.
Coming up on the level together.
Right. I always wanted that. And in different forms I had that. And now, at this age, for whatever reason, these things are kind of coming together.
It's all like all those pieces. I feel the same way. And even kind of like writing this article has kind of put things in perspective for me. And I've hit a wall, and I'm just like frustrated and tired. It's just, and I'm financially drained from this and all this stuff. And so I just, maybe instead of me blowing up and saying that this is it, I should just say like, this is my break.
Again,
because I've been going hard.
You
know me for
as
a
an
long
artist
time.
To me, this is the bitter old man part again.
Yeah,
I don't understand how these guys come up with songs every month, every week in a lot of cases, and they're going on and on. I don't get it.
Ghost Rider.
Well, I get that. Yeah. It's gotta be because you can't be an artist,
you can't
bro.
Turn that out.
You're an artist. This is what you do.
Yeah.
You're not inspired by everything all the time. And if you are, you're amazingly great. But there's very few of those people out there. There's very few of those people. So I'm saying you got to take breaks. You have to.
I agree.
You have to. I did this album, and it took me, I'm gonna say, like maybe 6 months to from start to finish. Mm-hmm. From when the inception to when I realized it's going to be an actual project.
Yeah.
And now I could tell you I don't actually feel like rapping. I need somebody else to get me juiced up to rap. Like I need another artist in the room.
Yeah.
They start rapping and then I'm like, okay, I see where we're going. But that creative, instantaneous, hear the beat, boom, that's not happening at this very moment. So
you know what
different types of breaks.
I know exactly what you're talking about because you're actually just right on my page right now because I feel that I've removed myself from improvement for a long time. Like on just the rapping. Like my writing has improved substantially, but it's like to have all the components with it for the attack, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like to practice freestyle and just practice being in the studio and practice trial and error with shit and just working out some songs and shit like that. I haven't done that where I've concentrated on the business for the last 2 years. And I think that's where I'm kind of coming to an end and I'm just like an exhaustion and just like I'm doing it all. So it's like I want to break. I want to stop this or whatever. But at the same time, it's just like I still want to create. Right. But I think I should just go back to the basics and just hanging out and just rapping for no reason.
Focus on the creating.
Just for no reason. And
you need an off season, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everything on this planet goes in a cycle.
You nailed it.
Including the planet.
Even
the planet is rotating.
Like
so you need the seasons change for things to die and be reborn. You need an off season. NBA get an off season, NHL get an off season. They get it every year. Our artist off season might be a decade in some cases,
or when it cools down.
You're on fire.
Yeah.
When you're uninspired, if to me, and I'm talking some higher level artist mind shit, I guess. Well, if you're a real artist, you got to take time to rejuvenate that artistry. You you go through things, and you pluck from that, and then you can apply that. Yeah, I could get in the studio at almost any time and lay down a verse.
Yeah.
Like, almost any time I could do that.
Yeah.
But to lay down my feelings and my emotions along with that verse it's a rarity, and it should be a rarity. It shouldn't happen all the time. It shouldn't be. And I find rapping easy.
Yeah.
I don't find that part of it easy.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You have to have something to say, man. And you can't always, I understand when you're young until when you get your quote unquote shot, or when you first step into a studio, you have a lot to say because you never got to say anything
like your
before
first
this.
album. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your first album is usually your best because you've been waiting all that. You've stored up all of that to pour into this.
You're 100% right. You're 1,000% right.
But you got to rejuvenate that.
Exactly.
Which is why you got to travel.
That's why when I focused so much on traveling across the country this year, it's like I need more motherfucking stories.
Yes.
I need more goddamn stories to get, or more trial and error, or more whatever to go through.
More metaphors, more similes,
exactly.
more reference points.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to have that. It just opens your. We could talk for hours about traveling.
I'm going on my off season right now.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with. And again, you said you're focusing on the business.
Yeah.
Cycle it. You're focused on the creativity until you're right back to, because now it's product time. Maybe it's time to make product.
Yeah, well, now I got my catalog and people are interested in my
Especially
catalog.
if you're doing it by yourself.
So people are expressing interest in my catalog now. So now I can take a break.
Yeah.
And I can just practice on the basics that make it better for me or make me improve for myself.
Right.
And like I'm like, my biggest hobby is reading, and I've not gotten into any reading in a long time, and just like my writing's getting better, but it's like all those underlining practices that make your writing good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. And then I haven't gone out. Like, I used to go to open mics, and I jam with a couple of jazz bands in the city, and it just makes me feel loose. Like, there's no pressure. There's nothing I have to really present to a waiting audience, that I've practiced, and then I think that for me personally, that gets the creative juices going again, of like, okay, I'm going to change like that now. I tried it out on the stage, so I'm going to rap like that in the studio next week or whatever. So you're right, exactly. It's like, whatever you're working on that part, and that's how it just is for us, because we are doing everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, take a break from the business for a while, and just get back to your creative.
You gotta relax
and cycle it.
That's a fact. And different circumstances will dictate that too at the same time. Because again, for example,
right now this is my getting swept by the Cavs.
No, don't kill me. Oh, don't kill me. Don't kill me. That hurts.
Not that bad.
Ouch. That's tough.
No, I'd say I'm going out like on an Eastern Conference final right now.
Like Kobe's retirement. No, but you're not retiring. So
no, I'm not retiring. I had a little moment the other day where I said I'm quitting and all this stuff, but it's talking to you.
We don't quit. We take breaks.
But honestly, I appreciate it. Talking to you has made me
take breaks.
Just I'm better about it. So. Yeah. This is therapy. This is
which is what it is for an artist. That's what it is. It's therapy.
And that's what I was gonna say in the end is like, why do we do all this? It's like a good way to balance your life out.
Listen, man, there's different ways in order to exactly do that. Balance your life. Some people are in the gym. Yeah. Some people are in the church. Yeah. And we are in the booth.
Whatever makes you
make
sure
you're balancing it.
This is us.
Yeah. Whatever makes you happy.
Or I would be that guy naked in the intersection screaming at the sky.
I would not be that guy.
Either way.
But I would be looking at this guy being that guy, saying,
taking photos.
But for God, there go I.
Look at this man. You don't want that to be you?
Yeah.
This is Satan upon us. Buy my book.
The end is near. The end is near.
Buy my book.
Yeah, buy my book. Don't kill me. Yeah, man. But yeah, I
remember a guy named I remember like street artists or like there was street vendors or beggars. There was like memorable ones. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there was a guy an old man who did karaoke at Young and Bloor. I always remember.
I kind of remember that.
There was always like there was this one guy. So not even an artist, but just like people you always remember. This guy named Xanta, and he was like jacked up, cracked out motherfucker. But he was just like ripped, and he had no shirt, and he had like a Santa hat on.
And they call him Xanta?
Yeah, Xanta. And you would just see this guy everywhere.
This sounds like a skit on Saturday Night Live or something.
Oh, we ran into him one night, and
a Family Guy.
Ben just was like, "Yeah, we're gonna make you famous, man." And he just jacking his ass.
Of course, sir. Of course, Ben was. Of course. Only Ben.
Man.
Of course. The end is near. I remember that guy. There's a guy one of those guys.
That guy, Dundas and Young there.
He might even still be out there. I haven't been down there in forever.
Yeah.
But he might still be out there.
He just redoes the date every time.
Yeah. Oh, my God. The end has been near since I was born.
You're just like, it's over, buddy. Yeah, it was already over.
Yeah, maybe the end came and gone and you missed it, man.
You missed it.
Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe you don't know which end you're looking for.
Oh.
Which end is which.
Speaking of end, do you remember Riley's?
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
That we went through the phase of the smoking place.
Right. I look at, like I watch movies like, and Quiet as It's Kept. I watch movies like Save the Last Dance. And, And even if we go back to like the Breaking and the Beat Streets.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Of course, it wasn't as ghetto as that, but that's Riley's is like our guys breakdancing in the middle, freestyles on the mic, DJs, and everybody in the room.
Everything was
there. It's almost somebody.
Yeah.
Doing something.
You've been listening to the Focus Podcast, number 10 with Slang Hugh. Unfortunately, our interview got cut short due to the battery dying, but I would love to thank my guest Slang Hugh for joining me on this podcast. Check out his 4th solo album, Content with Content, on all major platforms. Thanks for listening, and stay focused.
We all did a lot of things to get prepared for today, and me myself, I did a lot of thinking, and came to a funny conclusion. I realized how selfish I was. Felt like I was losing a dear friend.
See me and Marsh handed harsh. Friendships lost, and the gang quick starts out the blocks be called false. All in all, ain't the fault, just how she told. Can't blame Sleeping Beauty for her princess thoughts. See, Cinderella kept on slipping till the shoe fell off. Bent over just to fix it, I was out of my heart. She had my heart for a moment, this Million Man March. And then I found atonement like I'm due a law. See, I still pray for her, I ain't changing that part. May not be what she need, but she gon' get what she want. Like yo, I still pray for her, I go with God. You'll not find what you need, but you get what you want, you feel me? And there ain't nothing I can say to change it. And people change in the strangest ways. It's kinda strange to see them changing. But it's the way. They been my brothers since them cross colors. 4 black, 1 brown, so we cross colors. 1 white like Tommy, he went ghost on us. Sort of had the flow, but guess he couldn't snatch the whole soul from us. So it's presto, drastic not, my man Walter. My 4 brothers, 3,000 and more Wahlberg. Who knew we were off in ice till we all got older? We use it as a mirror, one use it to get colder. Couldn't find himself, joined the cult, left the culture. They fed the bird's ego, played the vet for the vulture. He called it higher learning and he viewed us as cute. You know them boys in the hood, niggas with attitude, speech caused a feud. But you never apologize, easier to play scar than ever part with your pride. It's hurting you, my dude, I see it all in your eyes. Didn't notice this, you notice you're losing all of your guys, no surprise. Cause you know, Boys turn to men, end of the road, no surprise. Cause you always know, boys turn to men, it's the end of the road, And there ain't nothing I can say to change it. And people change in the strangest ways. It's kinda strange to see them changing. But it's the way, it's the way, it's the way.
I know that may not sound like the right thing to say, but I moved around a lot when I was little. I never knew what it was like to have any real true friends until I'm two grown men being emotionally. You know, I'm never gonna forget the times that we had. I love you. I'm my brothers.
And there ain't nothing I can say to change it. And people change in the strangest ways. It's kinda strange to see them changing. But it's the way, it's the way, it's the way.